Tiger coach Dennis Piechowski joins us, and coach, tough loss today, especially coming off such a high yesterday. Talk about just having to come back off of such a high.
Well, I don't think it was that we had to come off such a high, because really after yesterday's game, I mean, we really believed that we could beat Blaine. I mean, it wasn't a surprise to us. We talked about that yesterday. The thing that I think, is the difficult thing is we didn't play very well. It's, like I told the girls one timeout, we haven't played well. This has been probably one of the toughest, or I would say the hardest, weakest, poorest games. That's the word. Probably the poorest game that we've played probably since the season started. We had our Minnetonka early in the first week of the season, but realistically, this is poor. But you got to give credit to Eden Prairie. I mean, they took it to us. They came out with some energy, some intensity, and they kept the pressure on us. Like I was talking to the coaches on the sides, we can't be trading 1 point for one. We've got to get on runs. They limited our runs to 1-2 points, and their runs were 3, 4, 5, and more. And that was the difference. They kept the pressure on us, and we just didn't respond to it.
What'd you like about the game today?
Well, I guess the only thing that I see out of it that I did like is that in Game 3, when we were down, I forget what the score was, 18-14, 17-14, whatever it was, to come back and get to a 22 draw, that was probably the highlight, is that we didn't give up, we didn't quit, we continued to play, even up until they got their 25th point. I mean, when they were at 24, we had some great digs, we continued to pursue some balls, we went after it, but when you continue to put pressure on us, or put pressure on a team by swinging the ball hard, eventually they're going to get a kill. So the end of Game 3 was probably the highlight of the morning. Still playing for a trophy tomorrow. What do you tell the kids to get back up and to try and go for bronze? Well, that's what we talked about, the fact that it's an accomplishment to get here. There's 24 teams out of all the classes that got here. And if we just look specifically at Class AAA, I told them, there's only going to be 3 teams that get the chance to win the last game of the season. And whether it's a championship game or whether it's for third place or consolation, you can be one of 3 teams that walk out of here with the trophy and winning the last game of your program. But also understand, and we talked about the fact that if you had doubts or you felt that you didn't give it all on the floor, the great thing is you've got one more opportunity to get after it and go for it. So, we'll respond. These kids are pretty good. They're strong physically and mentally, and they're a good team. They'll sit back, they'll respond, and they'll be ready to play tomorrow.